Trapping plays a very important role in modern-day wildlife management. Professional wildlife biologists monitor fur-bearer populations to maintain a healthy and sustainable harvest of this important, renewable natural resource. Trapping provides recreation and income for licensed trappers across this country. Hoosier Trapper Outdoors is brought to you by Hoosier Trapper Supply. J3 Outdoors, manufacturer of the Hags Bracket and Body Trap Spring Clip. Leatherwood Creek Trapping Scents. Weeby Knives and Fur Handling Tools. HTS Productions. Hoosier Trapper Deer Scents. And Leatherwood Wildlife Art.
All right, welcome to episode 2, season 8, Hoosier Trapper Outdoors. On this episode will be day 2 in the on the Arkansas trapline. I can give you a heads up. We had some serious rain, so we'll see how that all plays out. On this episode, we'll have a product highlight. We'll do a Q&A segment, and then after we get done trapping in Arkansas, we'll head to New Mexico, and then we'll do our semi-live trapline like we did last year. So the semi-live, for those of you that don't know, that will be trapline footage from this season. So in some cases, it'll only be a few days old. So that will be very current. And it's all farmland trapping. It's all trapping before work, before we get here to the shop at Hoosier Trapper Supply. So it's a line that a lot of people can relate to when they're just trying to fit a trap line in prior to work. Want to mention Justin had started the podcast, the Trap House podcast. Getting a lot of really good feedback on that. We've got great guests. So be sure to check that out. Like I said, we always listen to podcasts while we're driving. It's a good way to pass the time, and conversation's pretty interesting. So we've got a bank of them. So we've got a number of them coming up over the next few weeks. And don't forget, we've got the 7B, Chapter 7B Fur Takers of America Rendezvous here at Hoosier Trapper Supply on September 8th. Everyone is welcome. So if you're interested in trapping, would like to become a trapper, just want to hang out for the day, it's a good fun day. Plenty of demos, kids game, great food, just a really good fun day. So be sure to mark your calendars for September 28th. And I hope you enjoy the episode.
This is not the ideal trapping weather.
This is pretty much the story of check day 2 so far. So we had pretty significant rains last night, which we expected. So we got some dirt holes that were low, standing in water. Some that are up on high ground don't look too bad. Got a grinner over here. I'm not talking about it. Which we don't catch many of those here, fortunately. So, but
He's the silver fox.
yep.
Try to salvage this set. I don't think he tore it up too bad. Looks like he kind of got out of there. So
No, and this spot right here, past history, and it sits low, so we made sets up a little higher, anticipating that we'd run into this on here. So, but I don't know. We'll see how the rest of the day plays out. We're just getting started, but I have a feeling this is just going to be pretty rubber stamping for the rest of the day, pretty much like this. So, anyways, keep you posted.
I don't know. I bet that's not the.
That was 30 inches deep.
That was at least.
All right, check day 2. This is, as we said, the story of the day. Significant rain last night. Normally we drive through here, and it's been high driving through the past couple days. It's probably only a couple inches from the floorboard of the truck as it was. Now we're looking at probably halfway up the doors depth-wise, so we're not driving it. We're going to go around. It's a ways to go around, but no reason to be stupid either. So, it's just...
We basically have to drive probably 45 minutes or so just to get to the other side.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, 700 miles from home, all that kind of stuff, there's just no reason to take chances. And this is right here is just more, this is more than a chance. This would just be stupid. So,
I don't know. I don't know, guys. Comment below if you would like us to do this next time. I think you would be in for the adventure as well. I say we do it.
Maybe if you had a snorkel. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get moving.
Check day 2. It's still wet. Got a gray fox here. He looks pathetic when they're soaking wet, but we'll take it. Top dog, a little bit of sheep's wool, some bobcat urine, and Vixen elixir. So, not bad.
Yep, we'll take him.
You just never know with the this sort of weather, what's going to be moving, and if we caught him early before the rain came or what. But glad to see that. Hopefully we can connect.
It rained hard,
Yeah.
evidently, for as much water as was on the ground. So but we don't really know what time it started. So, but anyways.
Yeah. Take care of him and get it remade.
All right, this is the second time this has happened this morning, so it's not a big deal, but it is happening. And what we're figuring is most likely the rain had exposed the pan cover, and then which creates curiosity. So we've got gray foxes or coons most likely pulling the pan cover. We had one trap pulled out of the bed. I'm not going to venture to say what it was. We couldn't tell.
Just pulled it right out of there.
Exactly. So we're guessing raccoons or gray foxes. And knowing this area here and what's going on, probably gray foxes just sitting there messing with the set. So anyways, we're obviously fixing those up. You can see we got water in the trap bed there. I mean, everything is just saturated. Just making the best of what we can. I mean, we're here to trap, so
just part of the adventure.
Part of the deal. Yeah, part of the deal. And then tomorrow we got more rain coming. I mean, today's Monday. Tomorrow we'll go through. Bait's all still good. As long as it's in the hole, it's still all good. The moisture actually helps activate that bait, and then even more. And then tomorrow we'll re-lure everything, and get things looking a little freshened up, and then be prepared for the rain again on Wednesday. So it's just kind of the story of the week, the way it looks forecast-wise. But like I said, we're just doing the best we can with what we got to work with here, and just working through it. This is one of those deals like, well, you got to kind of second guess yourself. So if you were using the screen pan covers and they're not white and they were slightly exposed, would we be having the same issue? So, and clearly, as we've said in the past, these cover holes invite issues with stuff wanting to play in them. So, and for the most part, we've been sifting. Well, 95% of the sets had dry dirt. Well, not dry dirt, but dirt sifted on top to kind of help blend those cover holes. Of course, that rain took care of that pretty quickly. Right now, we don't have any sifting dirt at all. Everything is literally saturated mud. So like I said, we're just making the best of what we can, doing what we can. And, we got guys that'll come in and they'll say, well, the animal might shy away from that, or the animal might do this. And it's like, well,
you're not going to catch them sitting at home eating Doritos on the couch.
That's right. Right. You just got to make the best of the situation you're in. You can talk yourself out of it, or you can just deal with it. So,
especially in Indiana, it seems that way. We got a lot of guys that come in the shop that say that oh, there's going to be some weather coming in. I'm not going to get out this weekend. And that's just a constant excuse. Well, every 3 days, something else is going on in Indiana. So if that's the way you look at it, you might as well sell your traps.
Right, right. I mean, realistically, there's times where the forecast may say we're gonna have 2 inches of rain tomorrow. Obviously, you're not going to go set up a water line, or you're not, and even a predator line would be. You might as well wait until that is through. But in general, you just can't use the weather as an excuse because there's always weather. So,
Yep.
It's just
Fight through it.
Got it set right here. I don't know, we're 50 feet from the road on this other 2-track. This is a spot that we've been successful in the past, so we went ahead and set it up and connected on a gray fox using top dog predator bait and finicky feline.
He's a little wound up.
Yep. Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Hey, we'll take it.
Good job. So that's still check day 2, second gray fox for the day. We got a few more to check. Basically, the story of the day is 2 gray fox, 3 possums, and lots of mud, rain, and flooded rivers. Pretty much sums it up.
My
Lots of
socks,
water.
Socks are a little wet.
Well, we got another silver fox, aka the grinner, aka the possum.
AKA the set messer upper.
You know, they're called the Virginia possum, but we're in Arkansas. I don't get it. Not sure where the set even was, so it's got scratched up a little bit. It's on a drag wrapped around.
Right there, Dusty.
Oh yeah, he got kind of far away.
Yeah, that was right here.
So we got a soupy mess here, and we'll try and clear that out the best we can and get it reset. I'll show you what it looks like in progress. It's not too pretty, but we got to keep on moving. So
Just to clear this up, we are going to reset the same trap in the same location. We get so many questions about that. There seems to be lots of confusion. As long as that trap goes back in the same location, everything's fine. Everything's cool. So when we pull these traps on Friday, every trap that has had a catch or made or had an animal contact is going separate.
separate pile. Yeah.
Right, and then the other ones are all going back in the box. We are gonna consider those clean, and we're not gonna retreat them for the next trip. But the ones that have all made a catch will be kept separate for power washing, dyeing, and waxing. So the power washing, the dye is gonna get all the animal smell off, and then we'll do that. Then we'll do our wax on top of that. So, but just to kind of clarify, what we're doing. People say, "Oh, I can go reset them and I'll catch critters." Well, yeah, you can, and you probably will, but it's not ideal. So
Yeah, you
We
might
want-
have a couple flipped off traps due to dig ups because of the smell on the traps.
you're gonna have
because of that.
You have
but-
more issues with it. The other thing is, time is very limited, and I want best case scenario when we're out there. So you go, go make a set, messing around with dig ups and all that because you got a contaminated trap. Why not just have it right from the beginning? So.
Right.
I've been a professional trapper for over 40 years, and in that time, I've skinned literally thousands of animals. I've learned that it doesn't matter how cool a knife looks on your hip. What really matters is sharpness and reliability. And that's why I created the Weeby Wicked Sharp line of replacement blade knives. These are knives that will quickly skin your critters without skinning your wallet. Visit WeebyKnives.com to get the new Monarch folding knife with 3 replacement blades for just $19.95. Weeby Knives, Wicked Sharp.
Leatherwood Trapping Sense. Success speaks for itself.
All right, remake on the possum. Justin's getting ready to do it. We got water in the bottom of the trap bed, which is
Here's kind of what I do. Having the water like that, yeah, it's not the greatest idea, but we know it's not going to get below freezing. If it was, we got a serious issue here that would require a lot more. But what I've been kind of doing is make a little trench. Let some of that water drain out of there. Maybe put a little bit of dry stuff underneath that mud to help kind of soak that up. As always, make sure your trap's functioning. So everything looks to be in shape.
Really, on the MBs, once they click into place, you know things are in pretty good shape. So
Yeah. I just wanted to clear a little mud out of there.
but snapping the trap off definitely breaks loose any loose stuff for sure, so, or any stuff that's stuck on the trap.
See, there's a lot of water.
See, and the thing is, we got water back here. There's water everywhere, so we can't really find a location where we're not going to be fighting the water. So
A little trench off
gotta
to
do
the
best we
side.
can.
That J.C. Connor spring, Charlie's shown this before, I think, on some of our sets. It kind of works as a nice little rest for that jaw, lower jaw. Something to kind of brace it on.
It doesn't work every time. Sometimes it wants to roll off of it. It kind of depends on what it's sitting on.
Yeah.
In this mud, it's not rolling, so.
I mean, that's sturdy. It's in there. I'm gonna use a fresh pan cover of whatever your choosing is. This is wax paper. Crunch it up before. You just kind of leave a little bit on the tail end here so that bottom jaw grabs it. As you can see, it's not very pretty, but it will work. You put this nice fresh stuff here right on top.
Coon attractant.
Yeah. In an ideal situation, I would like to at least come back over the top with some fresh dirt, kind of blend it in a little better, but this is what we got, and that's what I'm leaving. The only thing I got some grass wad here. There's top dog still in there. It's and Charlie's talked about how that activates when it gets wet, saturated. So that can really.
The point of all that is it won't hurt it. So.
And I'll just give it another shot. This Predator gravy on that shot, but you can use about whatever. Bobcat urine is mainly what I've been using on this portion of the line. I'm calling that good. And we got more rain coming, so we'll probably have to do this all over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just part of it.
Hopefully. All right, at this location, Jake has a set right here. He just kind of doctored it up with some additional coveralls. Rain washed the set out pretty good with the pan cover showing. Justin's got a set down here.
It's at the base of this
The set was on the end of this
pine,
log
yeah.
right here.
right there.
It's just full of mud. And of course the drag's all wrapped up back in here. And we have a
Look through the viewfinder.
wet gray fox back here hanging out.
And he is wrapped up.
He is wrapped up.
Alright, got it kind of freshened up here. Lure and everything, I was putting it right up underneath this so that in hopes that the rain and stuff wouldn't affect washing anything away. But also down here, this little indentation's full of water right now. There's some top dog in there. The water's not gonna hurt nothing. Plenty of smell. The drag did what it's supposed to do. That pulled that gray fox out of the area and didn't really destroy too much, just a lot of water to deal with. But other than that, we're ready for the next one.
All right. Wildlife Road. Set was right here. I couldn't get a hole in the ground, so I just basically put some top dog there and just piled rocks on top of it. And then trap was right here. And we got our fourth gray fox of the day down there in that rock pile. And he is ferocious.
4 grays and 4 possums.
Yep.
Pretty good.
We got, I think, 3 more locations to check too, or two more locations, and then we're done for the day. So I'll tell you what, considering the weather and the rain and the, you know, whatever, we've done pretty well. Quite frankly, I'm a little surprised. Now tomorrow might be a little tougher, so we'll see. But we're gonna set some more traps. We got time to get several more new locations set up, so we'll mud them in. All right, check day 2, winding down. Caught the 4 gray foxes and the 4 possums. Tons of rain last night, so fighting the mud, fighting the water, fighting all that today. We did manage to set up 9 more locations this afternoon. Starting to get dark now, but so we'll see how that plays out for tomorrow. Supposed to another rain coming in again on Wednesday. I don't know if that's going to amount to as much or not, but hopefully the river will go down enough. I doubt if it'll be down enough tomorrow, but maybe where we can get through there, we don't have to drive around. But anyways, see how it plays out. See what happens tomorrow, and we'll keep you posted.
Hags Trapping Products by J3 Outdoors, the most versatile and efficient trapping devices on the market.
Hoosier Trapper Deer Sense. Success speaks for itself.
Product highlight. We offer a number of lure packages, and we offer packages with traps as well. But the one I want to talk about today is our Leatherwood sampler. It's a Predator package number 1, and it saves you some money. And it comes with coyote urine, top dog predator bait, coyote carnage, black gold, and vixen elixir. 3 of our very popular lures. Of course, our bait's got quite a following on it. Top dog predator bait, can't say enough good stuff about it. But this kit, like I said, it'll save you some money. It gives you a great selection, and it'll go from early season clear through really the end of the season with the vixen elixir and the black gold. Coyote carnage is more of a milder lure, so it's better for early season. So you might check these out. All right, for Q&A, somebody had asked me about our chain tie-offs that I made a year ago, and this was actually on the Fur Shed series, but it's kind of a follow-up to that. What I did, instead of using cable tie-offs, which I've never had an issue with, but I've always been concerned about coyotes chewing them or whatever if you happen to catch a coyote. And I had gone up to 1/8 inch cable, which is pretty safe. And like I said, I didn't have an issue, but I always kind of wondered about it. So I actually made some chain tie-offs a year ago. And what I did is to carry them, they're 10 foot long, is I just used a snap hook for condensing them down to this size of bundle of chain essentially. And then of course when you're using them, you've got to take it off the snap hook, which is a little bit of a pain, but it does, it's better than a tangled up mess. And the question was, I had made them a year ago and I said, okay, I'm going to see how they work. And so the question was, did they work? Well, they worked really well. There are a couple changes that I'm going to make. One is I have put a swivel 12 inches down from the end swivel, and I'm not going to put that one in. It just doesn't need to be there. My traps are very well swiveled on the trap chain itself. So that chain doesn't really need, or that swivel doesn't really need to be there. And then, like I said, they're 10 foot long, and originally I had made this loop smaller to go around, go around the tree or bush or whatever to cinch it down. They were too small, so I enlarged those. It didn't matter; can be pretty small. The chain itself can go through there, but when you're going to pull traps, it's quicker to be able to take the trap through the chain loop than it is to detach the trap and work that way. So with that said, I enlarged the end loop a little bit so a trap would fit through it, and in the future I'm not going to use that swivel in there. So essentially the chains, this is number 2 machine chain, worked very well, no issues with that at all. Condensing down nice and small. will certainly last longer than cable, and I don't have the worry about being chewed. So I mean, nothing's going to chew through this. So anyways, that's the Q&A for this episode, and keep sending those questions. We'll be glad to answer them on the show, and do what we can.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. We have the new Hoosier Trapper Supply catalogs out. Pretty cool bobcat there. Jake caught there in New Mexico. Pretty nice. They're available. You can call here at the shop at 317-881-3075, or you can request one online at HoosierTrapperSupply.com. It's right there on the home page. Hit the button, and we'll send you one in the mail. So, pretty slick. Also, gotta say, make sure you're following us on all social media so you can keep up to date. We do have an email newsletter you can sign up for on the website as well. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, obviously YouTube. And on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button, so that will keep you posted on brand new episodes that pop up. Not just on Hoosier Trapper Outdoors, but also on the Fur Shed series and also the Trap House podcast. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Join us on August 30th for the next episode of Hoosier Trapper Outdoors.